Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is the story of Tang Prime Minister Wei Zheng. Wei Zheng was born in 580 AD. He was politician, writer, and historian during the Tang Dynasty. He grew up in a poor family and lost his father when he was a child. Because the family was so poor and he had nowhere to make a living, so he went to the Taoist temple and became a Taoist priest. He enjoyed reading and was particularly interested in reading the theories of political strategy from the spring and autumn period. In 1980, Wei Zheng went to the founder of the Tang Dynasty, Emperor Gaozu, whose birth name was Li Yuan, to pledge his services in helping to develop the Tang Dynasty. He worked for Li Yuan's son, Prince Li Jiancheng, and because of his talent, was regarded highly. Later, Li Jiancheng and his brother were assassinated during the Xuanwu Gate incident, in which their other brother, Li Shimin, took power in a coup. Li Shimin was young and sensible, and knew that Wei Zheng was a talented man, so he personally met with him. At first sight, Li Shimin asked Wei Zheng angrily, "Why did you want to manipulate my brothers?" All the officials there thought Wei Zheng would face execution, but Wei Zheng calmly replied with a confident tone, "If the crown prince had listened to me before, he would not have met such an ending." Li Shimin was very much impressed by Wei Zheng's fearlessness in the face of his power, as well as by Wei Zheng's righteousness and integrity. He admired Wei Zheng's attitude from the bottom of his heart. Thus, he did not punish him. On the contrary, he made him his assistant. Not long after, Li Shimin, now known as Emperor Taizong, appointed Wei Zheng Grand Master of Remonstrance, which meant that he directly advised the emperor. Later, Wei Zheng was also appointed Prime Minister. At beginning stages of Taizong's reign, Taizong was very diligent in the governments of the nation. He often summoned Wei Zheng and discussed with him strategies for governing the nation. With extraordinary audacity and courage, Wei Zheng made bold suggestions, all based on the facts. During his 10 years as Prime Minister, in order to make the Tang Dynasty more prosperous and stronger, he made suggestions to Taizong more than 200 times. Every time Taizong carefully thought about it and tried his best to implement it. There was a state official called Pang Xiangshou during the Tang Dynasty. He was dismissed from his post because of corruption. He told Emperor Taizong that he was once a staff member of Qin House. That was Li Shimin's house before. After Taizong heard this, he showed his deep sympathy and wanted to reinstate his position. Wei Zheng advised, "Many officials in the royal palace at some point worked in your house before. I'm afraid if everyone depends on your favorism, it will make those who really act according to the virtue disappointed." Taizong happily accepted his suggestion and told Pang Xiangshou, "I was Prince Qin before, head of Qin House, but now I am the head of the world. I can no longer favor my old acquaintance. All of the ministers are following this principle. How can I go against it?" Taizong gave Pang Xiangshou some silk, and Pang went away with tears running down his face. One time, Taizong wanted to go hunting for pleasure on Qinling Mountain. Everything was well prepared and was ready to go. But people were waiting for a long time and nothing happened. Later, Wei Zheng asked Taizong why he didn't go. Taizong said with a smile, "Yes, at very beginning I really wanted to go, but I was afraid that you would advise me not to go, so I quickly canceled the plan." On another time, Taizong caught a live bear hawk and put it on his shoulder, feeling very proud. This was an activity that was generally considered below the emperor. When Taizong saw Wei Zheng coming from far away, he hastily hid in his clothing. Wei Zheng realized what was going on and purposefully extended his reporting matters to Taizong so that the sparrowhawk was suffocated to death. Another time, in order to recruit more soldiers to strengthen the security of the border, Taizong planned to issue an order that all men over the age of 16 were allowed to join the army. But Wei Zheng strongly opposed it. He said, "Dry the pond for fishing and burn the woods for hunting. It is a way of killing hens for the purpose of obtaining their eggs. The quality of a soldier is more important than the quantity. Why make up numbers with children under the age of 16? Furthermore, this is how people lose faith in you." Upon hearing these harsh remarks, Taizong was not angry at all. Instead, he was overjoyed. Wei Zheng, he believed, was faithful to the court and helped him manage the country with honesty. So he immediately took back the order, and at the same time rewarded Wei Zheng with a golden urn. Because of Wei Zheng's righteousness and daring to speak out, it was said that he was a minister of Tang Dynasty during the daytime and an official in the heavenly court at night. There was an old dragon king in the Jin River near Chang'an. One day he turned into a scholar and made a bet with a fortune teller in the street. In order to win the bet, he deliberately released a lot of rain, which violated the rules of heaven. The day the emperor wanted to behead him, so he sent Wei Zheng to supervise the beheading at no time. The old dragon king came to Tang Taizong's dream the night before and begged him for help. The next day, Tang Taizong summoned Wei Zheng to the court and tried to hold him back by playing chess with him. Unexpectedly, Wei Zheng took a nap at no time while he was playing chess. His soul went to supervise the beheading of the Dragon King. From this instance, it could be seen that Wei Zheng was not an ordinary person, and it made us more understanding that the divine culture passed on by gods. To bring the Tang Dynasty to the time of prosperous and strong, Tang Taizong made great efforts. The glorious history of the Tang Dynasty was inseparable with upright and selfless advice from the Prime Minister Wei Zheng. At the same time, historical evidence of Tang Taizong's tolerance and good decision-making in ruling the country was presented. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.